Alright, and here we are again, this time around for this week's chapter of the Seven Deadly Sins 214. I can't reach the you of that day anymore. That's a mouthful, but let us begin. I'm really looking forward to see what Gloxinia slash King is going to do. He starts screaming. Rose says goodbye to Gerard. He drops her in the ground, and he takes his fate like a man. Go on, kill me. Gloxinia throws the spear. Something's wrong. What's wrong? Don't bluff. Truthfully, you regret it, don't you? He's seeing Ban. He's seeing Ban's eyes. Because he's been through this situation before. Damn. Ban knew that you were my brother, and that's why he taunted you and let your spear pierce him. Ooh. He stopped it just before. I can't kill you. Damn. Wait, what? What? What the hell? Oh, what the? Oh, I get it. This is where the timelines are broken now. Because this is when the real Gloxinia fell into madness. I don't know if they changed. I don't know if they changed the past. But that was his test. King has undergone the test. I am me again, so that was your choice. But let me just go back. Damn, Gloxinia. Damn, look at his face. Holy heck. It's just as you saw. I lost control of myself and killed Ro. And yet killing him was not enough to quell my anger or hatred. Instead, I turned it towards Stigma, who was unable to protect all humankind or my sister. Before I realized it, I was fighting them as one of the Ten Commandments. And all without ever knowing that my sister Gerard was still alive. Rather, I hadn't even bothered to find out. I was the worst excuse for a brother ever. Hang on there, if we're talking about worst excuse for a brother, I got you beat for sure. Seriously? You're gonna compete with me over that? Really? That's not something you wanna compete for. Then answer me this, why didn't you kill Ro? Because whatever Ro was not true evil. At the very least, all the opponents I've fought up until now have all had their own circumstances they were afflicted by. This man, who was nothing more than some low-life scumbag, was the one person that was irreplaceable in this world to my sister. You're the same way, right? Ro just might have been that to Gerard, and when I thought of that, I was no longer able to kill him. It was that sweetness, that naivety of yours that made me sympathize with you in our battle, because true evil really does exist in this world. That's why I'm going to continue fighting against it with every last fiber of my being in order to protect the people important to me. You pass. By the way, the holy war from the trial you put me through, was that real or was it just an illusion? That was the real deal. If it hadn't been an illusion, you wouldn't have been able to talk to people the way you did. True. Of course, if you had died in that world, then your body that was left here would have died as well. Which means it was entirely possible you could have ended up dying before you ever even came to the trial. So then me coming back here means that I made the right decision in the trial. Well, to be accurate, you made the decision that I didn't. Oh, okay. History is not something that is so easily twisted and changed. Even the smallest, most trivial change might unknowingly cause a shift in your fate. Because a force was working to correct history, it forced you back to your original world. Which means if you had made the same choice I had, it's possible you would have been swallowed down a spiral of rage and ended up walking the exact same path I did, never again to return to this world. Okay, but you chose the path I could not, so you were able to return. I'm sure you've gained a huge amount of growth from this. I do feel like I know both how to draw out power from the spirit lance and wield it now, but that was when I was in your body as the first fairy king, and now I'm back to my old body again. Ooh, okay. Is it a side effect from the time returning technique, or perhaps... Okay, he's getting stomach pains. Okay. Diane, you've got to come back safely too. Okay, Goter is going to stop the holy war. What incredible magic power. So he's noticed me. Oh, I'm just doing my job. He's still nearby. He's coming. Who's coming? The executioner. Oh my god. It's him. It's him. If she dies, she'll be lost in the annals of time forever. Danger descends on Diane. Zeldor is the executioner. In pursuit of Gauta, who has broken out of jail, Ten Commandment Zeldoris arrives on the scene. He's going to stop the Holy War. Then the only choice is to fight. I like this. It's as I said, I like this. This is going well. Okay, so King's trial has ended. So that means that now, in this timeline, in this flashback, Gloxinia is like, he's fine. He hasn't been fighting stigma, so he won't turn to be a Ten Commandment. Maybe the reason because he has yet to disappear from the current time as a commandment, it's because Diane is still there as Gloxinia. And since their fates are kinda tied together, time can't correct himself the way it would. Because that's how time changing works. If something changes, then irreversibly things change in the present. If King didn't kill Ro, then Gloxinia didn't kill Ro, then Gloxinia didn't go mad and didn't start killing Stigma and fighting as one of the Ten Commandments. So he kind of stayed a good guy, most likely. I mean, he should stay a good guy now. The thing is, he's no longer king, so he's Gloxinia now. So maybe the next time we see him in the flashback, if we see him at all, if he leaves Gerard's side, then maybe he'll fight against the commandments then and change the outcome of the Holy War. Not necessarily that the Holy War won't end, but mayhaps they can change slightly the way it ended. Maybe they can save more lives. Maybe they can dwindle the threat of the Ten Commandments a bit. I mean, just by reducing their numbers by 2, taking Gokshini and Dolor, I believe that's dwindling a good bit. I mean, they go from 10 to 8. So, I mean, if they are the 10 Commandments, then surely they would find 2 more to fill the gaps. So, I guess we'll see. I really enjoy this chapter. I was not expecting their trials to end separately, but I liked it. I liked it. This is what I like about the 7 deadly sins. There's 2 separate things going on, but they were together, but then they separated. King went to see what was going on with Stigma, and Diane stayed with Gota. Suzuki Nakaba finished King's side first, and then now he's going to focus on Diane. That is awesome, because he's not always jumping back and forth. When they are together, they are together. When they are separated, he does one first, and then he does the other. It's a good way to balance things. And Stigma's tower was kind of destroyed by Zaldoris. But hey, who cares, right? Chapter 215, Zaldoris the Executioner. I donned the same warning. I don't know when this chapter is going to be released, if during the weekend, if there isn't a chapter next week because of the Golden Week, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I really enjoyed this chapter, but now I'm curious to see what was Dolor's decision. Like, he came face to face with Zaldoris. Was his decision to save Dol Gotha? Like, imagine this. In exchange for Gotha's life, Dolor gave himself to the 10 Commandments. That was his decision. And Diane will make the same decision. Think about it. It makes sense. I mean, it makes some sense. Because if we think about it, this whole thing of she staying with both Gothas and befriending them, and actual Gotha asking her to protect Dol Gotha, she will do so. And maybe that's the way she'll do so. But that means that Diane will be lost in time forever? Mayhaps. She may do. We may see like Diane in Dolor's body as a commandment. Imagine that. But no, I believe that Diane will find another way. She'll find another way to protect her friends, because she knows that self-sacrifice sometimes is not the way to. You can't repay someone's kindness with your own death. That would just make the person feel like even worse. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, as it's the case always with these chapters. I say my goodbyes to you for now, my dear people. I'll see you later this week for the review and live reaction of last week's and this week's chapters of One Piece and Boku no Hero Academia. Yes, I've read last week's chapters, both of them, and I gotta say, both of them are awesome. One Piece is mind-blowing, mind-boggling, blowing. But that will be for when it comes. I'll say my goodbyes to you, and I'll see you later this week. Bye bye.